So hello everyone, my name is Daphne Simons and today I wish to help you a little bit about how to develop your intuition. So I've listed 3 things that have helped me to increase my intuition. I actually used to be very rational, very logical. I've studied philosophy, so like whenever I made a decision, I had like pros and cons, and I just made a decision based on that. But what I found was most of the time it didn't really work. And sometimes when I was feeling like, okay, now I've listed everything, I've made like a logical decision, but it didn't really felt right. Like sometimes I just felt like I needed to make like one decision, but my rational thinking was like, no, you can't, like it's not worthwhile, it's not like the good thing to do. So it was really like always like a conversation between my heart and my mind, and most of the time I chose my mind because I didn't trust my heart and I didn't trust my intuition. But what I found out, now I've been really developing my intuition, is I've learned to listen to my heart more and to actually listen to what God, the universe, higher power, my own personal strength is telling me. Like, you can call it like either God, higher power, and if you don't believe in all those things, you can also call it basically the best version of yourself. Because if you ask like your best version of yourself, like what would you do in this specific situation, most of the time, maybe not always, but most of the time it's the same answer that the universe will give us for our highest and best good. um, but I like to call it universe, God, infinite intelligence. My preference is to call it God or Creator, but whatever works for you best is okay. Um, so let's dive a little bit deeper into how I actually developed my intuition. The first step you need to know is developing your intuition is becoming sensitive, and becoming sensitive in every way. You know what it is, like becoming sensitive is in Western society. Um, sometimes it's been equaled as being weak, like being sensitive is being weak. Being sensitive is, like the opposite of strong, or it doesn't really get you far. But honestly, like I think my intuition is the number one thing that has brought me the furthest in my like everyday life. Like it has made me realize what good decisions are for me, and like how to trust myself basically. So becoming sensitive is the number one thing that you should realize in like inviting your intuition in. And honestly, it's a beautiful thing, and like a very simple thing to be sensitive is to allow your feelings, to be there. Even when you're like watching a movie or something, even like when you feel the pain of the movie, of like the story, and you really feel it in your body, just let it go, like let it be there, let it sink in, like enjoy it as well. Like that's becoming sensitive as well too. Or just like when the sun is shining on your skin, that's becoming sensitive as well. Like really enjoy it, like really feel the sun on your skin, and or even the rain. Like it doesn't have to be just the sun. It can be the rain that you are enjoying, that you're really feeling on your skin, or when you're eating something like really nice. Like it's I mean, becoming sensitive is about your senses. And if you increase your senses, like the sensitivity of your senses, then you will increase your sixth sense as well, because they all like they're all go together basically. Like if you increase one thing, you increase the other. It's like your sensitivity becomes more evolved, which causes you to perceive things in a different way. And the second thing that you actually need to know about developing your intuition is that intuition comes in many forms. It can, but it is about being receptive. It is about being receptive and open to those messages, to answers, to solutions, to whatever like answers you want to have, because the answer always is in yourself. Although sometimes we're like this, like we don't see anything, and sometimes like the answer is right in front of our eyes, but you just need a little moment when it clicks. So your intuition is a really interesting thing, but it is about becoming receptive to the whisper that your intuition is, because our mind can be very, very loud, but your intuition is a small whisper. And it doesn't have to be a voice. It can be a feeling. It can be something you smell even. It can be like a sensation in your body, or it can be something, even it can also be like a YouTube video, and then you know, like, oh my God, this is like the answer of the question I've been like having in my thought. And now I know what to do. And that's how your intuition works. It's like a feeling inside that you know what to do. You just know, like, you don't have to rationalize it. It's actually so much easier to like trust your intuition, because in your mind you can like go in circles. Like there's always a better way, or there's always like a reason to do something, or a reason to not do something. But if you know in your heart, it's annoying. You just know, like you don't know why. There's no reason for it, but you just know it. And eventually, if you make the decision, and that's actually the third thing I want to talk about, it's about trust. Trust that if you make your decision with your intuition, that it will be for your highest good. And it requires a little bit of belief in a higher power, or in your own higher power. But it is essentially a form of trust. Because if you trust your intuition, life will really flow. Life will really flow. Because you're choosing like your own heartbeat. You're choosing your own waves that are emanating out of your heart, because your heart knows what's best for you. And if you like follow those waves, your, I don't know, life becomes really easy basically. And I mean, there are always ups and downs in life, but if you can trust yourself, if you can like trust your decisions and know deep down that when you make a good decision, and that you know deep down what the good decision is, then life becomes, you become stronger in the storms of life basically. And that's the beautiful thing of intuition, that you know deep down you've made the right decision. And yeah, And that's a really good tool, a really good capacity to have, especially in this Western world where we are faced with a lot of choices, and we are faced with like really like a lot of different paths to follow. You can like even see it at how many studies you can basically study at a university. But it's actually deeper than that. It's like what do you want, and what to choose in like every moment. And your life becomes magical. There's more magic into your life when you follow your intuition, and that's what I wish for you. That's what I yeah, I want to invite that for you. I want to invite the magic, basically. Because when you like, trust me, when you're gonna follow your intuition, you're gonna have like coincidences. You're gonna have, which are not really coincidences, but like yeah, synchronicities. There's gonna be magic in your life, and when you know what I'm talking about. But if you're like, don't know what she's talking about, then really like develop your intuition, because life becomes so much more magical. But sometimes it just needs to click, and that's the receptance. That's the the sensitivity, basically the openness that you have to train. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I wish you a lovely day. Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know what questions you have around intuition, so I can maybe do them in like another video. And let me know how you are developing your intuition already, because I love to know. Yeah, because it's different for everyone. I'm just giving you my experience, and yeah, I would love to know.